Welcome, everyone, and thank you very much for joining us today. First of all, I'd like to warmly welcome all of you to this session. Today, we're going to introduce the SolutionMall CRM system, and more specifically, we will walk through a quick start guide that helps you understand how the system works and how you can begin using it in your daily business activities. Now, before we go into the details, let me briefly explain what this CRM platform is designed for. The SolutionMall CRM is a cloud-based SaaS platform that is specifically built for B2B business scenarios. Its main goal is to help companies manage their customers' projects and sales opportunities in a structured and efficient workflow. In many B2B businesses, information is often scattered across emails, spreadsheets, and different tools. This makes it difficult to track customer progress, manage projects, and coordinate between teams. So, what we're trying to do with this CRM system is to bring all these activities together into one unified platform. In addition to the typical CRM functions such as customer management, opportunity tracking, and project follow-up, our system also integrates several capabilities that are especially important for solution-based B2B businesses. For example, product management, quotation management, and solution configuration workflows. These features allow users not only to manage customer relationships, but also to prepare solutions, configure products, and generate quotations directly inside the CRM system. Now, because the CRM contains many different functions, we understand that learning everything at once can sometimes feel overwhelming. So, in order to make the system easier to learn and easier to adopt, we summarize the entire workflow into 6 simple steps. By following these 6 steps, new users can quickly understand how the CRM operates and begin managing their projects and customer interactions more effectively. So in the next part of this presentation, we will walk through these 6 steps of the SolutionMall CRM workflow and show you how you can get started very quickly. All right, let's move on to the next slide. Now on this slide, we summarize the 5 core capabilities of the SolutionMall CRM system. These capabilities form the foundation of the platform and explain what the system is designed to help you achieve. Let's go through them one by one. First, we provide centralized customer management. In many companies, customer information is often stored in different places, emails, personal notes, spreadsheets, or even different software tools. This makes it difficult to maintain a clear view of customer relationships. Inside the SolutionMall CRM, all customer accounts, contacts, and interaction records are managed in one unified system. And this allows teams to access customer information easily and maintain consistent communication. Second, the system supports an end-to-end sales pipeline from the very first opportunity all the way to the final deal closure. Every stage of the sales process can be clearly tracked. This gives management and sales teams full visibility into the progress of each opportunity and helps everyone understand what stage each project is currently in. Third, we support integrated product configuration. Now, this is actually one of the unique aspects of our CRM. Traditional systems often organize products based on the supplier's product structure, but in our system, the products can be configured from the customer's solution perspective. This means users can combine products into solutions that are easier for customers to understand, especially when preparing quotations and project proposals. Fourth, the platform includes product, asset, and lifecycle management. From the moment a product enters the system, through project delivery, implementation, and even long-term maintenance, the entire lifecycle of the product can be tracked. This is especially important for projects that require long-term support and service. Finally, we provide advanced quotation management. The system supports quotation history tracking, version control, margin management, and cost management. These functions help companies maintain better control over pricing strategies and profitability. So When we look at these 5 capabilities together, they form the core architecture of the SolutionMall CRM platform, and they are designed specifically for solution-driven B2B businesses. All right, let's continue to the next slide. Now, this page shows the main dashboard of the SolutionMall CRM system. When users log into the system, this is typically the first page they will see. The dashboard is designed to give users a quick overview of their current activities and system data. Let's look at a few key areas on the screen. In the top left section, the system displays the records that you have previously browsed or saved. These records are mainly divided into 2 categories, products and solutions. This allows users to quickly return to the items they were working on earlier without having to search for them again. On the right side of the dashboard, we display the sales process pipeline. This pipeline includes several key stages, such as accounts, opportunities, RFQs, quotations, purchase orders, and sales orders. Next to each item, you will see a number. These numbers indicate how many records currently exist in the system for each stage. This helps users quickly understand the current scale and activity level of their sales pipeline. Below that, we also provide several quick tools. These tools include items such as solution guides, survey forms, and calculation tools. They help users quickly perform tasks related to solution design and project preparation. And finally, at the bottom of the page, the system provides a sales funnel analysis. This funnel helps visualize the progress of sales activities from early opportunities to finalized orders. Now, one important thing to note is that even without logging into the system, the dashboard interface can still be viewed. However, the actual data and numbers will only become visible after the user logs in. So the login process essentially unlocks the real operational data. All right, let's continue to the next part. After the dashboard, the next 2 important menus in the CRM system are product and solution. Now, you might wonder, why do we have these 2 modules directly inside the CRM? The reason is quite simple. Our CRM system is designed not only for managing customers and sales opportunities, but also for building complete solutions. Inside the CRM platform, users can directly access and import a very large resource library from SolutionMall. This includes more than 30,000 products and over 500 ready-made solutions. So instead of leaving the CRM, going to another marketplace, searching for products, and then returning to the CRM, everything can be done directly inside the platform. This makes the workflow much more efficient. For example, when you are preparing a project proposal, you can directly select products from the product library or import a pre-designed solution and then configure it according to the customer's requirements. This integration significantly reduces the time required to prepare solutions, quotations, and project proposals. In other words, the CRM is not just a customer management tool, it is also a solution configuration and project preparation platform. All right, now that we understand the structure of the system, let's move forward and take a look at the 6-step workflow that helps users get started quickly. All right, now that we have introduced the main structure of the system, let's move to something very important. On this page, we introduce the 6-step workflow of the SolutionMall CRM system. Now, because the platform includes many different functions, we understand that new users may sometimes feel a little overwhelmed at the beginning. So instead of learning everything at once, we simplified the entire workflow into 6 key steps. These 6 steps represent the typical business process when working with customers and managing projects inside the system. Let's briefly walk through them. Step 1 is create account. This means creating the customer organization profile inside the system. In most B2B business environments, everything starts with the customer company. Step 2 is add contacts. Within each customer organization, there are usually several important people involved in the decision process, such as project managers, technical engineers, procurement staff, or decision makers. So we record them as contacts inside the system. Step 3 is create opportunity. Once the customer and contacts are ready, we can create an opportunity to track a potential project or sales deal. Step 4 is configure products. This step defines what equipment or products are actually needed for the project. Step 5 is the RFQ and purchasing process. RFQ stands for request for quotation. This is the stage where products can be purchased either from the SolutionMall platform or from third-party suppliers. And finally, step 6 is generate documents. At this stage, the system automatically produces the necessary documents for project execution, order confirmation, and delivery. So these 6 steps together form a simple and practical quick start workflow. If users follow this sequence, they can begin managing their projects in the CRM system very quickly. All right, now let's take a closer look at each step. Now we start with the first step of the workflow, which is create account. And this step is actually the foundation of the entire CRM system. Inside the platform, an account represents the customer organization. This could be a company, an institution, or any organization that we are doing business with. And in our system, the account is the core entity. All other business records are connected to it. For example, contacts, opportunities, quotations, and orders. All of these will eventually be linked back to the account. So in simple terms, every business activity inside the CRM revolves around the customer account. Creating an account is very straightforward. Users simply click the new button and then enter the basic company information. This typically includes the company name, the account owner, the country or region, and basic contact details. In addition, users can also define several business attributes. For example, customer, tier, industry category, or other segmentation fields. These fields help companies better organize and classify their customer base. Once the account is created, it becomes the starting point for managing all future interactions with that customer. From that moment on, every project, opportunity, and transaction related to that company can be tracked within the system. So this step may look simple, but it is extremely important. All right, now let's move to the next step. Now we come to step 3, which is create opportunity. An opportunity represents a potential project or sales deal that we are currently tracking. In other words, every project that we are discussing with a customer can be managed inside the system as an opportunity. The typical workflow usually follows this sequence. First the account, then the contact, and then the opportunity. Once the customer and key contacts are created, we can create an opportunity to start tracking the project. When creating an opportunity, we usually enter several important pieces of information. For example, the opportunity name, the related account, the main contact person, the project location, the estimated project budget, and the expected closing date. These details help the system build a structured project record. The more complete the information is, the easier it becomes to track project progress later. It also allows the sales team to manage the sales pipeline more effectively. So at this stage, the system now understands who the customer is, who the contacts are, and what potential project we are working on. This becomes the foundation for managing the entire sales process moving forward. All right, in the next slide, we will talk about how opportunities are tracked and evaluated inside the CRM system. Now we come to step 3, which is create opportunity. An opportunity represents a potential project or sales deal that we are currently tracking. In other words, every project that we are discussing with a customer can be managed inside the system as an opportunity. The typical workflow usually follows this sequence: first the account, then the contact, and then the opportunity. Once the customer and key contacts are created, we can create an opportunity to start tracking the project. When creating an opportunity, we usually enter several important pieces of information. For example, the opportunity name, the related account, the main contact person, the project location, the estimated project budget, and the expected closing date. These details help the system build a structured project record. The more complete the information is, the easier it becomes to track project progress later. It also allows the sales team to manage the sales pipeline more effectively. So at this stage, the system now understands who the customer is, who the contacts are, and what potential project we are working on. This becomes the foundation for managing the entire sales process moving forward. All right. In the next slide, we will talk about how opportunities are tracked and evaluated inside the CRM system. Now let's take a deeper look at opportunity management inside the CRM system. In many B2B sales environments, sales cycles are usually much longer and more complex than simple product transactions. A project may take weeks, sometimes months, and in some cases even longer. Because of this, it becomes very important to track the progress of each opportunity carefully. Inside the SolutionMall CRM, opportunities are managed through a sales stage tracking system. Each opportunity moves through different stages of the sales process, and this allows the team to clearly see where each project currently stands, and what the next step should be. And for example, an opportunity may begin with early communication, then move into solution discussion, quotation preparation, and finally negotiation before closing. Another important feature is opportunity probability. In the system, we can assign probability levels such as 10%, 25%, 50%, 75%, or even 90%. These percentages represent the likelihood of winning that opportunity. This helps the team evaluate how realistic each project is and how much effort should be invested at different stages. In addition, each opportunity can also include estimated revenue and an expected close date. When these elements are combined together, the system can generate a much clearer view of the entire sales pipeline. This helps companies forecast potential revenue, plan resources, and manage annual sales targets more effectively. All right. Now that we understand opportunity tracking, let's move to the next step of the workflow. The fourth step in the workflow is configure products. Once the opportunity information is ready, the next question becomes very practical. What exactly will the customer purchase? In many B2B projects, a solution is rarely just a single product. Instead, a project usually consists of multiple devices, components, and supporting equipment. These items together form a complete system solution. Inside the CRM platform, we can directly link products from the SolutionMall product database. When selecting products, the system automatically imports key information such as product specifications, pricing, and other relevant details. As more products are added, the system automatically creates what we call a BOM, which stands for Bill of Materials. Now, the BOM represents the complete list of products required for that project. This structure makes it much easier to understand the full configuration of the system. It also helps when preparing quotations because all required products are already organized in a structured format. This method is especially useful for projects that involve multiple components working together as a system. All right. But in some cases, instead of adding products one by one, there's actually an even faster way. Let's look at that in the next slide. In addition to adding individual products, our CRM system also supports importing complete solutions. This is actually one of the key advantages of the SolutionMall platform, because SolutionMall is designed as a solution-oriented platform. Many projects are not simply about selling one device. Instead, they involve delivering a complete system solution. A solution may include the main equipment, supporting components, auxiliary materials, installation tools, and sometimes even related service modules. If users had to configure every component individually, this could take quite a lot of time. So instead, the system allows users to directly import a pre-configured solution from the SolutionMall solution library. Once the solution is imported, all related products and components are automatically added into the project configuration. Of course, users can still modify the configuration later if needed. Products can be adjusted and quantities can be changed, and pricing can also be modified. But starting with a complete solution significantly reduces preparation time. This allows users to quickly build a full system configuration and move forward with quotation preparation much faster. Now that we have configured the products or solutions, and the next step is to move into the document workflow. This slide shows the core sales document workflow inside the SolutionMall CRM system. The idea behind this design is to create a clear and traceable process that connects customer demand to the final transaction. The workflow typically begins with an RFQ, which stands for Request for Quotation, and RFQ represents a customer inquiry. In many cases, this may come from partners or customers who want to purchase products or solutions from SolutionMall. Once an RFQ is created, the document can be converted into a quotation. At this stage, pricing details, margins, and other commercial terms can be added. The quotation is then sent to the customer as a formal proposal. After that, the process may move forward to a purchase order. The purchase order represents the procurement stage where products are ordered from suppliers. And finally, the process ends with a sales order. The sales order confirms the final transaction between the company and the customer. The key idea here is to build a complete data loop. Every document is connected, and every step of the business process can be clearly traced, from the very first inquiry all the way to the final order. Now, let's talk about how these documents are connected. Instead of creating new documents manually at every stage, the CRM system allows users to convert documents using the convert function. This helps maintain a continuous workflow and avoids repeated data entry. For example, an RFQ can be converted into a quotation, a purchase order, or even directly into a sales order. A quotation can then be converted into a purchase order or a sales order, and a purchase order can also be converted into a quotation or a sales order if needed. The sales order represents the final transaction document. Because of that, it cannot be converted into any other type of document. There's also one important rule in the system. Before using the convert function, the document must first be in a non-editing status. This ensures that the data remains consistent during the conversion process. By following this approach, the system keeps all business documents connected in a clear and structured workflow. Now that we have gone through the main workflow of the SolutionMall CRM system, the next question is, where can users find help and learning resources? To support our users, we provide several different resources. First, there's the Help Center on the SolutionMall website. In the Help Center, you can find detailed documentation, step-by-step workflow guides, and quick start tutorials. These materials explain how different features of the system work. Second, we also provide training resources. These include onboarding video, as well as advanced feature tutorials available through our YouTube channel, these videos help both new users and experienced users learn how to use the platform more effectively. If users encounter any problems, our support team is also available to help. You can contact us through email, WhatsApp, or live chat during business hours. And finally, for users who are just getting started, we usually recommend a few simple first actions. Create your first account, add key customer contacts, create your first opportunity, and generate your first RFQ. By doing this, you will quickly become familiar with the system workflow. So, after going through the workflow and the available resources, you are now ready to start using the SolutionMall CRM system. Now, the full workflow includes many steps, from creating accounts and opportunities to configuring products and generating multiple types of documents. But at this stage, as our goal for partners is actually very simple. You do not need to master every function immediately. The first objective is simply this: create RFQ records inside the system. That's it. To do this, you only need to follow a few basic steps. Log into the SolutionMall CRM. Create your first account, create an opportunity, configure the related products, and then generate an RFQ. Once the RFQ is created, the system can already capture the customer demand and begin tracking the project. This allows us to start building a real sales pipeline together. And as more opportunities are recorded, the value of the system will become clearer over time. Finally, we have reached the end of this introduction. Thank you very much for your time and attention today. In this session, we walked through the main structure and workflow of the SolutionMall CRM system. We started with an overview of the platform and then explored the key steps, including creating accounts, managing contacts, tracking opportunities, configuring products and solutions, and generating RFQ documents. At this stage, the most important thing is very simple. Just start using the system, create your first account, enter your first opportunity, and generate your first RFQ. And these simple actions will allow you to begin capturing real project opportunities and building your sales pipeline inside the platform. If you ever need help, please remember that support resources are always available. You can contact us through email, visit our website, or explore the Help Center for additional guides and tutorials. Once again, thank you for joining us today. We truly appreciate your time, and we look forward to working together with you to build successful projects through the SolutionMall platform. Have a great day, and we hope to see you again very soon.